dealing with an injury, trying to come back knowing you can't play, or knowing you're healthy but you can't play.
Offense or successful offense, but Ty Lue wants to see a faster-paced game. John Wall can certainly deliver that. Russell opens up the game on a transition three after a Clipper turnover.
Toronto is a team that across the board is just long, athletic. The Clippers are deeper from a skill position perspective, but you can see that, and once again, there he is. But what you'll see, too, the reckless abandon that John played with when he was younger, you won't see that now. It's more calculating. Beautiful pass that time to Naz Reid inside by Russell.
With the stop right there, under 7 to play in this first quarter. Clippers 4 for 10, the Wolves 2 for 12. Give one more to the Clippers. Very happy to shoot the three in this first quarter. 9 already. Leather larceny with Russell to beat Leonard. Giant strides and a graceful glide. And Kawhi Leonard ignites the crowd here in the first quarter. Building the drama.
Well, I killed it early.
You did. Yeah. Russell the other way with the flush. Respect. Clippers 32, Timberwolves 21. McLaughlin for 3. It's good. Kawhi flirts with the defense. Plays a little catch with Reggie. Gets around the defense. The drive and the dish to Kennard for 3. And he knocks in another triple. Luke Kennard has been on point here.
Karl-Anthony Towns had somewhat of a illness that kept him out of some preseason games. So that was a cause for concern for the Timberwolves.
There's no line on the Vegas.
Okay.
On the Vegas.
You sure?
Positive.
Okay.
Prince for 3. As Paul George goes down the lane, misses at the rim. Had a chance to talk with Jamal Crawford while we were in Seattle. He says the view of the Clippers from when he got into the league to win.
Because he's a lot more vocal than probably Kawhi and Paul George. And you're going to need that in tough situations. And John Wall exhibited that throughout camp.
Well,
a lot of people talked about, well, could John assimilate himself to a new role? Speaking of which, and Kawhi just darts down the middle. He could be a distributor, but he also had, in order for the Wizards to win games, he had to score.
Oh, did I miss that? The old post-up fadeaway from Kawhi Leonard.
Right there, and Kawhi able to knock it right over the top.
Forbes moves well without the ball, but Covington erases it. George, Morris, he dunked it!
John Wall's minutes are going to be regulated, so Reggie's still going to get his minutes in time to produce. And there are going to be games where Reggie leads the team in scoring. He's going to be there in the fourth quarter. Vice versa for John Wall. So
could never do the Dougie. I couldn't do the Cat Daddy, which was also, but I'm more of a pop and lock guy. I think
you're not. Don't go there. I am. If you'd have said Shabba Dude, then I would have known that you knew what you were talking about.
No stopping us now.
Oh Lord.
Oh. Forbes for 3.
This is preseason.
Breaking 2, Electric Boogaloo, the biggest Oscar snub. McDaniels leaks out, but the Clippers do well to get back in transition. Edwards swivels down the lane. He's aggressive, and he is very good if he can take flight below the free throw line. Exhibit A, Your Honor.
And shoot well every night, but is your effort consistent? And that's for the third-year player, something he's aiming for.
And that was one thing he took care of, as Covington knocks down the 3. He doesn't thrive in the spotlight. He embraces, he wants the spotlight. Pocket picked by George. Transition 3 going 2 for 1, and he knocks it in. Tough pass for Batum, turns it over. 4 seconds. McDaniels. A wild swipe by George, a whistle and a foul. Count the basket with 0.2 of a second to play in the half. The only game in downtown Los Angeles for the Clippers in the preseason. And on Wednesday, we'll be in Ontario to take on the Nuggets. Morris for 3. I'm really enjoying this version.
You know what? It's interesting, too. You talked about maybe not getting rest, but I know he's more focused and concentrated on playing basketball, probably getting out of the house. Kawhi starts off slow and John Wall starts off slow. So what? You got guys that can fill the void. We saw that last year. Now, it is important that they gain some rhythm.
So that's going to open the door for a Norman Powell and Amir Coffey, a Brandon Boss, and Terrence Mann to get even more extended minutes. Nice 3 there by John Wall. Fields it low, shoots it high. Rebound tapped back over to Russell. Extended possession from Minnesota. And Russell, the one-time Buckeye, lays it in. All the information tonight. Towns leaves it short. Here we go. You're all clear, kid. George! Oh! Who knew he was Dutch? Goes for the windmill.
So there you go. If you're looking for T. Lue, guys.
I'm 99% sure that's not the same Dan Craig that was 007. An injury. It was kind of the way the year went for the Clippers. Good to have him back. Lob upstairs to McDaniels for the flush 75-64. A little long, and Russell comes away with the rebound. 7.5 to play in the third. Towns for three. He's one of the great rollers in the league. A lot of the things he does do not show up in a box score. He is a film room all-star as well. Towns knocks down another three, 75-71.
Both East and West, I think philosophies are the same because of the depth of the leagues. You know, not a lot of easy nights as there was before.
Jackson into Zoo. Surrounded by defenders. Great ball movement. Covington spoon feeds the big fella inside. Everybody's fingerprints on the ball. That tripped out. And they've hit half of their 22 shots here in the third. Floater by Reggie, no. Back tap by Zoo, no. Gets his own rebound, but can't get it outside. And now Russell to Noel down the lane. Lays it in. Jackson, two-man game with Zoo. Into Covington. Once again, working well without the ball. Covington lays it in for points 6 and 7. Towns tries to go ISO on Ivica Zubac. And while Towns has skill on the perimeter, foot speed is not one of them. But he does have a deep ball.
He was able to get in front and stay in front of Edwards, who ultimately got that layup.
Jackson sizes up his defender, hesitates, pulls the trigger, counted on a foul. Wall shows off the handles. McLaughlin does a great job of staying in front of him, but sometimes the talent is just too great. Counted on a foul.
What Chris Finch has in mind for that, I know Clipper fans are very familiar with, of course, Austin.
And think highly of him. He showed tons of heart now for Minnesota, was in Denver, who brought Austin Rivers to bring him back. It tells you what kind of a presence he is on the locker room. As a former Clipper, I'm rooting for him, and I think you pointed out.
Now it becomes easier for you to kind of assimilate yourself to that and then make the adjustment. Second, you are accustomed to starting for a player like that, if that were to happen.
Nice recovery from Mann. Here comes Wall back the other way. By the way, I don't think Luke Kennard has missed a shot in his month of Sundays. Oh, behind the back and down the hatch. John Wall dazzles the crowd here tonight. Galloping across half court. His club down by 4, but they have battled back after trailing by as many as 18. Naz Reid has been very active here tonight. He has 16 points on 9 shots. We talked about Minnesota trying to get back into the playoffs. It was a victory over the Clippers in that play-in game as Prince lays it.
Coming off of last year.
They're hot. I've been high on Memphis since the bubble. Reid thunders it in with the right hand. 108-102. Naz Reid with 18. Kind of preserved the victory for the Clippers after the starters sat out that second half. Rivers makes the extra pass to the sniper Forbes. The three is true, and it's a 2-point game. Strong drive by Rivers. Finds Reid in the corner. Tries to drive on the rookie, who does a great job of staying in front of him.
Uses his body well.
Rivers stutter step floater. It's good.
You know what's interesting about that, too, is that you only have about a 14% chance to get the first pick. You know what I mean? Within that, trying to play.
I never thought we would see a prospect that is more heralded than LeBron James. Think about that.
Yeah, no. So he knew, and he knows his body very well, and he was always coordinated.
He was 100 inches at birth.
Yeah, exactly. He came out 6'6".
Worth. Coffee to trigger it in. Boston for the win. No overtime here in downtown Los Angeles. 119-117. The Clippers dropped their first game in the preseason.